Hi Sagittarius, welcome to my channel, The Guided Intuitive, and welcome to March, your first 2 weeks of March. This is going to be a love read between you and who, and that who could be friend, family member, boyfriend, girlfriend, a person of interest, or one side of a situation or another, all right? This will be a general read, so if you are looking for a personal read, go to The Guided Intuitive up here or in my description box, all right? All right, so my bi-weeklies focus on love, my monthlies focus on what the universe wants you to know. You'll see that at the end of this video, all right? But we're going to start with you first because it always does start with you, right? And regardless, it does start with you. And so you want to check in with yourself. So that's what we're going to do first. And then we're going to go into the other spread and go a little bit more into this other person, all right? The who, all right? So let's check into that and see what is happening. And then we'll get into what they like best about you, what they dislike about you, what they want most from you, and so forth, all right? So here we go. Let's see what is happening for Sagittarius the first 2 weeks of March, all right? What's going on with Sagittarius first 2 weeks of March? Where's Sagittarius at? Okay, so we've got some cards that are flipped. I'm going to take those first, okay? Wow. You know, this is interesting because it's funny because as I'm shuffling here, I got this in another read back to back just like this, and that was for Pisces, okay? So in any event, here we go. So this is a little bit more, this is the Ten of Swords and the Tower. Well, let's just get this out of the way, okay? Because then we're going to spring forth and see what's coming. So this is about something that's unexpected, maybe something that came to an end within a relationship or in a situation is what I feel here. So this could be, that could very much well be the case. Something came to an end. There was some sort of disappointment of some sort, right? But the sword energy is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And that's what I see coming through here. So it's kind of like there has been some sort of unexpected ending that puts you towards the light, right? And on top of the mountain, kind of looking out, saying, okay, this is done. And the beauty of this too is that it needed to happen because there was a transformation that was necessary. Universe wanted you to take a hard left, okay? And that's really important there. There's a transformation that's necessary. Okay, so transformation, you see all the butterflies within there that are necessary for the acorn to harvest, right? And there's a little score with the acorn, kind of looking up. But this acorn is all about this, huge seed for a huge potential of growth, right? Because things weren't on a solid foundation, and for you to harvest, you have to have a solid foundation. And that's kind of how I feel about this card for you here. So that's what I am getting, that seems to be what is happening here. Wow, guys, wow. All right, so what needed to be surrendered here? What was one of the big lessons of surrender here? What was the key that wanted to come out? I was going to take that, but I want to see if anything wants to come out on its own here through this. Let's take a look. What was it specifically that needed to come out for Sagittarius? Let's take a look at what this is for you, okay? What is this for you? This keeps coming out. What is this? Okay, it was a surrender to fear of intimacy is what we have here. This is about truly letting love in, okay? Letting love in, again, for some of you, okay? But what I feel here is that this is about identifying any sort of patterns that have been blocking you or sabotaging you as it relates to love, right? And this is saying is that any patterns that stop you from opening up your heart, right? Because you can't really experience love, at least in the way that and to the intensity and and to be really just an amazing love, unless you step out of that, unless you are somewhat vulnerable, as it pertains to that. It's like you can't get the full rewards unless you really step out, right? You can't just tiptoe in and see what happens. You just kind of gotta go for it, right? And this is saying is that surrender your fear to intimacy within this process, and that's going to be super key. What's going to help you in terms of doing that, right? So that could be the case that you maybe were afraid of that, Sagittarius. It could be something like that. This is about really observing your thoughts, observing the way you talk to yourself is key. The blue there, and then also the purple is your connection with your source. That's going to be key. Just observe the interactions there and course correct when you catch yourself, okay? Before, going into a looped situation of that if it was a negative thought that leads you down the rabbit hole, right? So this is saying is observe things. Step back and observe how you're talking to yourself, what you believe about yourself, and make some corrections. Even if it's just, one thing that you could work on, that's going to be huge. And what's coming up here is your surrender to fear of intimacy here, okay? So what is your challenge or opportunity, if we didn't already cover it here? What's crossing you? Yeah, I get the Two of Wands. So this is about looking out. This is about preparation and foresight. What do I want my world to look like? You might like travel. I see a little bus there. It's about travel, but it's definitely Wands energy. So right within your realm here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. So this is about, being strategic about what it is that you want, creating some sort of plan on how you want your world to go, okay? And that's what I see here. And it could be, do I want to take someone with me or do I want to do this alone right now? What does that look like, okay? So that is what I am getting. In terms of your challenge is about not being strategic about it and going to default mode. And what this is saying, your opportunity is to have some preparation and foresight as it pertains to love, especially, okay? What is in your recent past? What is in your recent past, Sagittarius? What is in your recent past, okay? Let's take a look at what that is for you. Recent past, this will be for March for the, that flipped over. What is that? Recent past. Wow. So there could have been some sort of, there's been some recent growth, okay? I got the Six of Cups, nostalgia, right? Going back to the innocence of the way things were and then how you are now. But this is about the growth that has been experienced since then. This is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces type energy, okay? So this is saying is that you've experienced so much growth. It's important to not live in the past. It's okay to revisit it so you can see the lessons learned, but don't live in it, all right? And some of you might be reminiscing about how things were before, but also how far that you've come, okay? So that's another thing that wants to come through here. And the next card that I got is the Eight of Pentacles. Eights are about change, so you can get into some sort of balance. And this has you really involved into something creative, right? Whatever is really, lighting your fire is what you're moving towards. And it could be something more spiritual for yourself, your connection to something very creative. She's doing esoteric studies here as well, so it could be involving in that, but it also could be going to school and getting more education or school in something or getting educated in something new, a new trade, of something of the sort, but training yourself. So that's real interesting, but that's in your recent past, kind of getting more education about things. Yeah. And this is about, really trying to make your wishes come true. That's the recent past, really making your wishes come true and focusing on the foundational aspects of that to make it come true, right? To do that. So that's really beautiful. What is in your near future? What does that look like for you, Sagittarius? What does that look like for you? Near future for the next 2 weeks of March 2021. What does that look like for Sagittarius? What does the near future look like for Sagittarius as it pertains to love? Okay. Whoa, too many cards. Let's take a look. That wants to come out. Ooh, okay. So we got the Strength card that came out, Major Arcana, which is Leo energy. Any other messages in terms of near future for Sagittarius that wants to come out? I'm going to use another deck here. Anything that wants to come out. Let's take a look. For Sagittarius in the near future. Oops, too many. What wants to come out for Sagittarius in the near future as it pertains to love, March 1st through 15th. Whoa, nice. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got the Strength card, which is Leo energy, having the courage and strength in love, when to be the lamb and when to be the lion. It's kind of like the light wolf and, the white wolf and the dark wolf, right? But this is actually, really focusing on as it pertains to love. Balancing that out as it pertains to love. And then I got the Wheel of Fortune, which is so beautiful, okay? Ruled by Jupiter, being on top of the world. The whole cycle has ended. There's a new cycle that's now coming forth. So it's like this karmic debt has been paid and now it's a new cycle begins. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. Anything else from the Love Oracle in your near future? For Sagittarius, first 2 weeks of March, what wants to come out in terms of the first 2 weeks of March for Sagittarius as it pertains to love, okay? A new cycle's here. What's this? 2 cards, okay? Wow. This is about overcoming like your worst nightmare and no longer looking through rose-colored glasses and now seeing, seeing the illusion that was in the past and the unkept promises. So not placing those rose-colored glasses on, but taking them off. You could have been involved within a karmic connection of some sort, okay, is what I feel here. And it was very, very difficult. But now you've got the strength to move forward because the wheel has changed and the universe is working with you and saying, hey, now you can be on top of the world now. Now is your time to move forward with strength and balancing out that lion and lamb within you, right? So that's really beautiful. What are the words of wisdom from the Chinese cards that want to come out? This wants to come out really quick. Go for what you want. The time is right for soulmate connections. Also, a birth of a child is likely. Okay, you guys, forearmed is forewarned. So for some of you, this could be the case in terms of pregnancy here. But this is also going for what you want. The time is right for your soulmate. Wow, I didn't expect this. So it really just says assert yourself. Whoops. Assert yourself. Slippery card, slippery. So yeah, assert yourself. Time is right for soulmate connections coming through. Very, very beautiful, guys. All right, so I'm going to move this over. We're going to focus on this other person, all right? The who, all right? And we're going to find out where are they at right now. How about this other person? Where are they at right now, okay? Let's take a look. Whoever has been in your, was on your mind that brought you to my channel, okay? So we've got the Three of Wands, and it's interesting because they're also kind of creating some sort of strategy or plan before they jump into the waters and surf the waters of love. So they've got a lot of passion, but they're being a little bit more strategic about it before they do that. So the Three of Wands is your energy, actually. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius could be dealing with a fellow air sign. But they're being a little bit more strategic in terms of love, or they're just carrying on that energy, I get the Seven of Wands, more fire energy. But this is about them, being in their own world, getting the balance they need and keeping competition at bay. They're not focused on the competition here. They're really focused on their inner world and their inner peace and whatever makes them happy. So the competition doesn't even bother them at all. They're focused on their inner world and they know and they're focused on keeping that balance and their connection with source is very, very key, whatever that is for them, so they could actually gain, have the power, and be enlightened, right? So that's what I get from there, where they're currently at right now. Anything else? Yeah, especially after maybe they let go of something that came to an end. This is the Nine of Swords coming to fruition, disappointment of some sort, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So what has shadowed them before, what has ended, going through that grief there, okay? And anything else in terms of where they're at right now. So I think they're getting rid of that because it's coming to fruition. That's the 9. The 10 is the new beginning and the ultimate ending. They're right on the very end, okay? Yeah, they are actually eliminating any sort of mental mind games and manipulation, okay? And that is very, very key. So those strings, right? They're getting, kind of clearing out and cutting that out a little bit. What do we have for them so getting rid of the past strings that kind of held them in bondage a little bit? What is it that they had to surrender to? Mind games, manipulation of some sort. Yeah, surrendering to low self-esteem, by means of having to do this, okay? So that's really what I felt, is they are coming to the understanding of letting that go and know that they're deserving of love, and that their intention is to release any remnants of low self-esteem by kind of going within here and to strategize as in terms of how they want to move forward in their passions and love and yeah, that's what I see here. So they're releasing any sort of remnants of low self-esteem is what's coming through here, because they deserve success and abundance and love, and they're really focusing on that to do that. I do want to find out, what do they want most from you, Sagittarius? What do they want most from you? Okay, what is that? What do they want most from you? First 2 weeks of March 2021, what do they want most from Sagittarius? What wants to come through? What is this? They want clarity, okay? So they want some sort of clarity and victory, okay, of some sort, clarity and some sort of victory from this. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, okay? So that's what they want most, is some sort of clarity, all right? Especially after an ending. And perhaps they want a rebirth. I'm telling you guys, it's like they see things clearly now, right? They see things clearly, but something had to come to an end for this to happen, right? So they had to go through, feeling, not so hot, right? Into ending that and then having some clarity to be able to move forward, right? So and it had to happen. Something had to come to an end that brought them clarity. Okay, so this was truly kind of the as a very difficult relationship or situation. Something had to come to an end so clarity could come through. Okay, because it wasn't going to happen on its own. So that's why this kind of death and rebirth brought in a foundation, and that red is the root chakra, where all the other chakras build upon. It's the very first one. So that needed to be set so a strong foundation could be built, So yeah, that is what they want most from you, is they want power, victory, and they want clarity, okay? I am going to pull a love oracle on what it is they want most from you. Anything else, what they want most from you here? What do they want most from you here? They want a do-over. They want a do-over. All right. That comes out in terms of a makeover, but what they feel is what they want most from you is to be feeling better. Okay, they want to feel better. They want to spice themselves up and feel better. Okay, and then I also get tradition, so it has them set, really looking at their moral values and their family roots, and what they want most from you is to develop some sort of tradition and family roots with you. That's what's coming through. Wow. What do they like best about you? What do they like best about you? What seems to want to come through for you here? What do they like best about you? What is that? What do we have? Whoa. Let's take a look. It's directly under my chair. Hold on a second. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. All right. Whew. Got it together. Six of Swords. They want growth. They want a change and they want growth. All right. So they know that you're going through, what they like best about you is that you're making a change. You've grown, right? You're no longer where you used to be, but you're not quite where you want to be, but you're going through that change, and you're going through that change. Okay. So yeah, that you're going through growth. They like that. That's what they like about you, that you're brave in going through that. Anything else? That you want equal give and take within a relationship. Both sixes in the cards here, 6 and 6, growth. And you want equal give and take in terms of a relationship or situation, more generosity, giving and receiving. You want more giving and receiving in a relationship. That's Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. So that's what they like most about you. You're very generous and what they like is that you're so generous of giving and receiving. Anything else? That you are focused on your foundation, that your foundation is very, very strong. Okay. What they like most about you is the foundation. You're focused on stability and security within a relationship or situation. Okay. Anything else? The Two of Pentacles, and you're adaptable and flexible within that process, and they like that. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. You've got a lot of this was all earth energy for the 3 cards, and then air energy for the other. Okay, so interesting. So that's what they. I'm going to pull out these cards. What they like most about you. Anything else? What they like most about you? Let's take a look from the Love Oracle. What they like most about you. What is it? Yeah, that you're not going to stand for any sort of sneaky lies or betrayal here. Okay, that you're not. It's not going to be like that. Okay, so that's what I feel that's coming through here, right? So interesting. What don't they like about you? Let's take a look at that. What is it that they don't like about you? Let's take a look at what that is. What don't they like about Sagittarius? Something flipped. 7 of Swords. They don't like any sort of deception, okay? Any sort of deception within a relationship or situation, so that's what's coming through here. And this is air energy as well, so they don't like deception within this. And they're kind of feeling that they were kind of deceived in some sort of way. And then I get the 5 of Wands, like striving, everyone out for their own, right? and kind of jumping into that. They don't like that. They don't like the adversity, conflict, and there's a stress and anxiety from this. Like everyone being out for their own and not all going in one direction, and the teamwork. That's what I feel here. Yeah, and turning things upside down. So something of the sort, kind of not going within, looking at things with a different perspective. They don't like that. That they don't like that you can't see something from a different perspective. That's what's coming here. Let me pull one more card here on the Love Oracle and see if anything wants to come out. Anything wants to come out. Let's take a look at what that is. Anything else? Yeah, they making things equal. So making the adjustments to make things equal. Something about something's in disarray and needs a lot more balance to it, okay, is what seems to be coming out. So balance is key. How interesting. Gosh. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to take this over to an extended, and what we're going to get into a little bit more detail on this other person in terms of what they haven't told you, what their next move is, a little bit about what their intention is towards you, maybe their biggest fear, within this. And what they're most impressed by about you, and then the overall outcome. All right. So if you're interested in that, you definitely click the link below and join me. And just before we go, what I'm going to find out is a little bit on anything else in terms of if they're on their shadow side or on their light side. Where are they at right now? Are they on their shadow side or light side? And let's take a look at what that is. Yeah, they're in their shadow side. They didn't believe in themselves, and therefore they didn't believe in you. And that's what was coming through. Okay, so they were a little bit more in their shadow side. All right, guys, so if you're interested in joining me over there, do click the link below. If not, I look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, namaste.